I told y'all, I said, real soon, it's gonna start coming out about men, because Puffy is not paying for male escorts, ordering up male escorts if he's not doing it for his enjoyment. You only order up female escorts and other females if you get down like that. You don't be ordering up no male unless you want that male with you. So for all the others acting shocked and surprised, I said somebody's gonna come out and expose him real soon. And of course, that's what's happening. It's unfortunate that stuff like that happened to people. I know y'all believe in that Illuminati stuff. I don't believe in Illuminati. I'm gonna tell y'all up front. And y'all say now because the powers in the be is not protecting Puffy, there's the reason that these people are coming out and suing them. No, that ain't why. Because now, once you pay out people, and that's why when he paid out that judgment the next day, I told him that was bad. Because when attorneys will take on cases and say, hey, this dude paying out this quick, he'll pay us $1 million right quick, or $300,000, whatever, if he wants stuff to go away. And, you know, I'm sure the insurance companies that he has that mainly, y'all don't know, is the one that be paying those things out. I try to educate y'all on, is usually your company insurance companies that pay them out and make the decisions. When you have the business insurance, or the businesses, you have the different type of insurance that make you pay out the things. Because by the time you have all the different lawyers and stuff involved, it's just as quick to settle a case. So that's unfortunately is what's happening to Puffy. Everybody's gonna come out of the woodworks suing him. I'm not trying to say that he don't deserve any of these lawsuits. I don't believe about Meek Mills. I'm a Meek Mill fan. I don't know what happened. I noticed when he talked about it though, Meek Mills didn't deny it. Like I said, I don't want to believe that that is true, but I'm one of those like y'all. When people don't say you motherfucking crazy, I ain't never did no like that. Then there's usually some smoke with that fire, and so I'm not up here saying Meek Mills was involved in that thing. I'm not saying Usher. Yeah, I am. Or Justin Bieber and all of them. Puffy gonna turn out to be our modern day. Oh, y'all about to get mad. He gonna be our modern day Michael Jackson is what Puffy turning out to be, in my opinion. That's my opinion only. I know black folks get mad when we say Michael was doing that stuff, but I believe Michael like doing things with little boys as well. That was my opinion. You ask me how I know. I know an alleged victim that was around us. He's a very, very good friend with Ray J today. But anyway, man, it's hard for me to say whether this stuff is true or not. I'm not going to get up there and start debating it,
But that's only one side of the unfolding drama. Meek Mill also revealed chilling new details about a near-fatal car accident that left him visibly shaken. What's raising even more eyebrows is Meek's subtle suggestion that the crash may not have been purely accidental. Given the rising tensions with Diddy, speculation online has intensified. Internet sleuths are drawing connections between the accident and circulating rumors of threats and questionable activity linked to Diddy's inner circle. Meek has taken to social media to voice his suspicions, further stoking public interest and keeping all eyes on this rapidly developing story.
Puffy been giving y'all all the signs that he's trying to come out of the closet. Hope he just finally come out of the closet. It's obvious in 2024, we don't care. Society don't care no more. They done TV shows and all that done brainwash us to say half of y'all, well, maybe 10% of y'all in the comment section And hey, that's just the era we live in. I have a problem with gang walk. You say, well, why you care what a man doing and all that? Because that's one of the main reasons that God flooded the world and set the world on fire and did all the stuff that he did because he was mad when he found out that men were down here having sex with animals and having sex with other men and stuff like that. That was the one thing that pissed off God. And read your Bible, y'all learn. I know there's more to it than what I just explained, but that was the gist of what happened. So that's why I have a problem with homosexuality. But I know in 2024, I'm from an old school where in the 80s and the 90s, people that were doing that were hiding it. But now y'all out with it. So, hey, that's on y'all. But my point is, to saying that is, Puff needed just to come on out with it. Because lawsuits and stuff is going to keep people blackmailing him and threatening him, and they're trying to expose him with these things because they think that he's scared of these things coming out. And once you don't give a fuck and tell them, I don't care. Do what y'all gotta do. These were adults. These weren't kids. Everybody that did something like that wanted it. It ain't too much that's going to be happening. The next thing that's going to be happening, and after this, is now you're going to start seeing some criminal investigations getting opened. And because when you get too much of this smoke, law enforcement generally gets involved. So that'll be the next thing that will be happening to Puffy, unfortunately. For his sake, y'all know I'm one that believes if you ain't getting psychological help, getting some type of help, and you're a victim, you gotta come right away with me and tell it. Then you're a victim to me. But when you're talking about it and you haven't been getting some type of psychological help, and then you 10, 15 years later want to come talk about it, y'all better not ever have me on no jury for no like that. Because I'm gonna be like, get the f out of here. Why didn't you bring it up when you happened? That's what's supposed to happen to victims and victims to me. Does the stuff come out immediately, not years later, not when you finally find an attorney to take the case because they find this open season and they seeing that you opening up the checkbook and stuff like that. And so that's what's happening to your boy Puff, P. Diddy, Brother Love and all of that. But don't act like y'all just starting to hear it. Cause I've been telling y'all, the brother is a homosexual and he's fighting it, trying to hide it, and he needs to just come clean. Yeah. He'll be good. Y'all remember when I told y'all that deal on that last video? All of y'all need to apologize in the comment section too. When I told y'all that his deal wasn't, he still had that deal with Ciroc. And when I talked about it, everybody was like, oh, they already did away with him. And I told y'all, it ain't true. You can't just take stuff from him. Well, then y'all just see the article a couple of months later where they settled with him and they made a deal with him. I'll be trying to tell y'all stuff, but I love how y'all gonna listen to other motherfuckers on YouTube and all you YouTube attorneys. But when y'all wanna hear stuff, know stuff, get it right, y'all know what to call. Ball first. You get it first.
Meek Mill is making one thing clear. He won't stay silent when it comes to defending his name. Refusing to let accusations go unchallenged, he's pushing back with conviction. Fearless in calling out powerful figures in the industry, Meek believes he's the target of a deliberate attempt to tarnish his reputation. To him, this isn't just controversy, it's a calculated smear campaign. But rather than retreat, Meek is standing his ground, making it known that he's ready to confront anyone threatening his legacy.
That's why you bring me on here. And I really appreciate that, brother. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, you know, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. but it was nothing like that. You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, you know, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you know, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now, and that he has shown by being Brother Love, I couldn't imagine that the police would be raiding him for sex trafficking? Nah, bruh. I couldn't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him back then. He's a totally different person that he became. If you've seen him on other platforms, you know, inviting men to party with him, inviting men to go shopping with him. You understand? That wasn't Puffy. That wasn't Diddy. That was Brother Love and Love.
How you feel about all the people that's wondering why haven't any of Diddy big name friends came out to defend him?
Because either two things that I believe. Either they know some of the stuff is true, either they took part in some of the stuff that happened, or they scared that it may mess up their brand. See, nobody wants to be in contact with anybody that allegedly was sex trafficking. You see what the WWF did to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was one of those people that was called for sex trafficking. We don't hear a lot about it because he gave up the company, he did what he was supposed to do, and he became Ghost.
Meek Mill is now speaking more openly about his past experiences with Diddy, revealing feelings of betrayal by someone he once viewed as a mentor. In recent statements, Meek shared that their relationship left him feeling used and disrespected, hinting that he was placed in situations that tested and ultimately broke his trust. His words send a strong message. What once appeared to be mentorship now feels like calculated manipulation. As more details continue to emerge, Meek's personal account is adding a deeper, more human layer to an already explosive public narrative.
Same thing to Puffy. They trying to make him or hip-hop the face of sex trafficking, like they was going to do to WWF at one time, because that was a big story. So a lot of his people that know him, a lot of people that been in those parties and seen probably some unscrupulous that went down and was like, ooh, I was there. I hope they don't got me on tape. They feel in a certain way. So they're not going to speak on nothing until they've been approached with something. You got to realize, when Homeland Security get their evidence together, they're going to send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me. Yo, What do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're gonna wanna know. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna send investigators out. They're gonna send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their case. So those celebrities ain't gonna say nothing. You know, you got your man Stevie J speaking on it right now. He'll be one of the first dudes that they'll probably pull to the side and say, yo, well, you say that your man, I heard you on TMZ say that he never did this and he never did that, but ain't this you? If those pictures or those films or anything like that exists, you know what I'm saying? That's what they pay those agents to do. So, of course, I don't believe that none of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted or they know what they really got.
So you feel like they might be worried that they might be on tape at one of Diddy parties doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing?
I think that the celebrities that may be worried is because what Lil Rob said. Lil Rob said in his affidavit that Diddy had every room taped and bugged. Diddy had, can you imagine he had every room taped and bugged, and they found little bugs or little tape recorders, little those micro projectors or whatever like that, or video cameras. They found them in the house, bro. So by them having those things in the house, and people know there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's loose women, there's loose men, woman on woman, man on man, all kind of crazy shit. Bruh, they just wondering who or when they're gonna let this stuff be known. If it's on videotape.
Yeah, man, I know they gotta be shook, man, after finding out he was recording everything.
But not only celebrities, I don't think it's only celebrities gonna be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there. Hallelujah. That's crazy.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
Meek Mill has also opened up about the emotional toll of everything he's endured, revealing just how deeply the chaos surrounding Diddy has affected him. Speaking with raw honesty, he described feeling isolated and targeted, especially while navigating the intense pressure and toxic undercurrents of the music industry. For Meek, this goes far beyond legal drama or media controversy. It's about the lasting emotional and psychological scars left behind. His vulnerability signals a turning point, bringing attention to the very real human cost behind the headlines.
Lil Rod lawsuit came out, and there's the gay allegations about Meek Mill as well as Usher, but Meek Mill was the one that got real upset. He said, I'm not gay. Like, he's everyone stop asking me if I'm gay. I'm not gay. And then you went in, and then he essentially threatened to kill you.
So essentially what happened is, we've been, I do long live streams. I'm streaming for like 5-6 hours. Like, when these things are happening, we're not just giving quick takes. Like, I'm going, like, even today, I bought the Christian Combs document, like the entire lawsuit. We're reading it word for word. We want to see what's because a lot of times on these sites, I've always said, like, I kind of pride myself on trying to go the extra mile. A lot of people just go to, like, say, I don't know, Rolling Stones or Variety, and they see a summary of what's in a lawsuit, and they regurgitate it and even make it even smaller, and they put that out.
Yeah.
Well, I got time, and people want deep dives, you know? No Diddy. And we got a lawsuit. So the Lil Rod lawsuit we got.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing.
And it didn't mention Meek by name, but there was a footnote.
A Philly rapper who used to date
the name.
Nicki Minaj.
It was like a Jeopardy question.
Duh, who is that? There could only be one person on the planet. Unless there's a Philly rapper that also dated Nicki that no one knows about, it's obviously Meek Mill.
So essentially, I reacted to, like, I literally found out on stream, like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, no way Meek Mill was in these freak-offs. Like, I know we've seen the video in the pool and the matching outfits, but no, Meek is like the toughest, biggest gangster. Like, he's like a killer. Like, no way he's like getting, you know what I mean, bent over by Diddy, the diddler. So I reacted like, I'm not even believing it. That reaction went viral. And the next day, Meek, as I said, he's a special type of stupid, as 50 would say. He's seen me reacting to it and thought I made it up. So he's like, yo, you know what I'm gonna do to academics when I catch it? Now, previously me and Meek had a truce.
But I remember, because the last couple of times I brought his name, you're like, hey, listen, me and Meek are cool right now. I don't want to take any shots at him.
We had a truce, but Meek and him being so dense and being so dumb, he actually thought that I made up the lawsuit. And by the way, even after he started threatening me, and I said, I didn't make it up. I said, just clear up whatever it is, but I didn't make it up. You know what he said? This is clearly AI generated. I'm like, yo, Meek, Meek is so dumb he couldn't even spell AI. Like, how the hell you know this is AI generated? Bro, this is an actual lawsuit. I'm showing him, like, look, it's filed in federal court.
Right.
Nah, this
Here's
lies.
the PDF file.
Exactly. So
the PDF's AI.
Yeah, so he basically starts, he says, you know what, man? He's like, yo, he starts going like off the deep end. He hasn't even cleared up the rumors yet. Like, rather than saying, hey, this is lies, I'm gonna have my attorney, you know, deal with any salacious lies spreading about me like a normal entertainer would. I am not gay or whatever the case is, or I've never been in any sexual situation with Diddy. He says, I'm gonna kill you academics, and what I'm gonna do is, he says, first things first, he says, someone send me academics address.
Like, he said, I'll die to shut you down.
Yeah, then he says, I'm going to die to do it. Then it was so ironic.
Which is crazy. Which is a crazy thing to say. Meek is cut it out. You're not gonna die to shut down academics. You're a multimillionaire with a great career and kids. Cut it out.
Yeah,
grow up.
Meek literally then tweeted out a couple tweets after. He said, well, the governor just called me, and I was just like, this makes like, wait, you're planning a murder online and the governor calls you to talk you out of it? Like, also, the reason why him and the governor are in cahoots is primarily because he's the guy that they kind of taunt around for prison reform.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I'm down to die over it.
Yeah.
The funny thing, I always tell people, I said, this is a gangster rapper paradox when they're threatening a civilian. They say this, yo, I'm gonna kill you, this and third. And if you actually say, all right, I'm not scared of you still, because you usually back out once they say they're gonna kill you, because they're a gangster rapper. They rap about spinning blocks, glocks, and switches. They're the killers of the earth, okay? When you tell me you're not scared of them, they flip it on you. Man, you just trying to trick me out of my position. You trying to send me to jail.
Right, he said, I'm gonna treat you exactly to the effects of you influencing I'm gay and I have 3 sons. I'm getting you Addy now, I'm coming.
Then he told me he was gonna record a video and pee on my steps. And I was like,
right.
I imagine Meek just like sneaking up and like, first I'm like, yo, that's a sexual crime already. And Diddy is already into some shit that you're alleged with. Don't pull out your penis on my property. That's a problem. That's a sexual crime. You can't just whip out your dick anywhere, Vlad. You gotta tell these people. Okay. That's a crime.
Yeah.
So he threatened to come. Don't come with the same dick that you and Diddy been doing whatever with and come pee on my property. Afterwards, he said the governor basically told him that he should stop beefing with me. And then he went into this whole tirade of how he's going to, I'm going to donate some, like, so I told him, I said, listen, I said, what's not cool is a rapper like you who's pushing 40. There's nothing wrong with age, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But still acting like, you know, one night he says, because the people in Philly have been saying, you know you don't even live here. Like, why do you keep acting like you're still in the trenches, like, and you're living a bad life? You live in a really good life. You know he lives like in one of the most expensive high-rises in New York City, right?
I don't know.
Like, he just showed off like about like 10 expensive cars that sit in that car place down in South Jersey, right? This guy's living really good.
Yeah.
Except he's saying that he's down to spin, because people from his hometown said, you're not here like that. You're not actually in the hood.
Out of 7 lawsuits, 2 directly connect Meek Mill to alleged misconduct tied to Diddy. Now, with a new case emerging, the already volatile situation has been thrust even deeper into the public eye. Reports indicate that federal agents installed surveillance